All right, Chad, you're up, man. You proved yourself last time.
All right, I'll try my best. Here we go. Little more horse
74.
this week.
74.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
It's time for everybody's favorite radio show.
Get my go. What the fuck does that mean?
Get my go don't make no sense.
Does that get your go?
He really gets my go.
We're not doing this get on my go crap again.
Check it out, get my go.
All it is making fun of people and being a dick every second.
They don't give a shit about you.
This is a show run by idiots for idiots, okay?
This show is a fucking disaster.
She is a wordsmith.
I'm sorry I'm not as eloquent as you, total nonstop stutter muffin brother Martin.
These guys are making some great waves that's out there.
What?
Do you ever listen to Get My Go, Nick?
Why would you ask me a question like that?
Yo, Disco, I know you're gonna see this. Bro, you ain't fucking cool, dog. You ain't fucking cool.
Oh, get my go this, get my go that, so on and so forth. I heard it here and there. I had a couple people send it to me in Messenger.
Get My Go.
Get my go.
Get my go.
Get my go. You couldn't choose a better fucking name for a podcast than that.
All right, let's get back in here on Get My Go, episode number 74. Back in the saddle again with a quadruple group here of terror. We are the ones who are going to be bringing the thunder, as well as I bring the hurricane this week. Of course, joined by, I'm just going to run down them really quick. We got Mike Durband, Joe Feeney, and the Aussie Guy, the all-star quadruple duo, joining you for this episode number 74 of Get My Go. I'd say I'm happy to be here, but I'm sure about 5 minutes in, that's all going to change. Mike, you can take it from here.
Get My Go Season 3 is upon us, and as we're recording this morning, episode 73 dropped at 12:15 a.m. Chicago time, so I had it scheduled, and then when I woke up, I had like 20 emails from YouTube about the comments, and we were over 100 views already, and that's without, posting anything on social media. So thank you to everybody who subscribed to this channel. You guys got the alert, and you watched it, you commented, you loved it. Everybody loves the new theme song, and it was a blast to put that together, let me tell you that. Great episode, but I think this one's going to be better because I have spared you three the agony of watching the Raw Showdown. I've clipped it this time. Yeah, I should have done it the whole time. I'm sorry. I apologize to you guys. I've clipped it down to I've clipped it down to 27 minutes of pure gold, and we're going to watch that today. This is the final part of the showdown. Rad Rob versus Johnny podcasting, and then after they have their showdown, Rob does a little postscript, a little wrap-up, if you will, and we're going to watch that, and this is going to be a great one.
What a time to be alive, and I'm just happy that Dean's back in his shed.
Yes, Dean sounded great. Yeah.
I knew for everyone watching, they can obviously notice Hughesy's missing. He's not up here. He's not over there. He's not, he's not here at all. So when I watched the new episode last night, there's a point at the end where Mike goes, yeah, this might take us for the John and Rob showdown. It might take us another part, maybe 2 parts, and Hughesy's jaw goes, like his eyes widen in terror. I'm like, he ain't going to make it.
All right, let's not waste any more time. Let's get into this.
He's back. He's back for another round here. My God. First of all, I still can't get over the fleece that he's been wearing, in this clip. It's so dorky. He just looks like such a nerd.
What, the titty fleece? Yeah. What is going on there?
So the score when we left last episode, John was winning 8-1 because I don't know what Rob said, but Dean wanted to take away all his points.
Without Rob, there'd be no Get My Go.
Oh yeah, that's a deduction, big time.
And I felt like that was a fair deduction. I think he had 3 points at the time.
It's funny. Yeah. I heard that back on the episode where he said he's told those Get My Go guys plenty of times that without John, we'd have nothing. There'd be no Get My Go. He never said that to me.
Yeah, I never heard that.
Yeah.
I think he said it as we were recording, like as an aside, But he definitely wanted us to know that he thought that.
What do you think of Hughesy?
I used to like Adam, and then he just became a really cringy folk, to me. Like, it is what it is. Adam's always playing up for comedy in his own mind and has, fun on his mind. But, man, not much goes through my mind when I think about Adam.
He is funny, though. Like, really. I mean, he might not get
say
Irish
completely different, so...
yeah, because I'll truth be told, I never listened to a show, but he is really funny now that I've gotten to know him. Like, I think he's hilarious. When I pop in, I feel good because he's got a great sense of humor.
I used to have some fun doing shows with him. We used to have some fun cutting it up and doing whatever, man. Adam,
I understand half the shit he says all the time anyway.
I know. It is what it is, man. Adam, I'm sure he's got a good market for him, and he does a nice show, and good for him.
John, that's the old power technique, the going to Adam. Yeah. Like when he asked him about Husey, he's just like, Adam. Oh, well, Adam's a nice guy. Adam's a funny guy. You like it. Just that's such that trying to be that domineering creature that he's learned from his public speaking courses. Jesus Christ, I'm coming across
motivational. I was gonna say motivational books or something. How to be a leader. Yeah. That's I was thinking that, Dean. That's a good thing because I was like, what is the psychology behind him referring to him by his first name? That's the first thing I thought.
By the way, Husey's featured on Who Are These Podcasts, which could be at the top of the list of the comedy podcasts that are out there right now in all of podcasting. So, Rad Rob, if you pop Husey with a comment, I think it might be a little bit out of pity, but let's not forget how you begged the guy to be on a show that lasted a couple episodes that he did not want to co-host.
Oh, what was it called?
Dork Side of the Ring.
Dork Side of the Ring. Yeah.
The 3rd edition. It was. I might have even been the 4th edition. I'm not sure. I think there was 3 others, but yeah.
I've gotten to know Eli Brazil pretty well over the last couple of months. I don't know what happened with you guys.
Jesus Christ, man!
He is a very, very talented graphic artist.
Yeah, he does some good ones. He did this one for the show, right?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, nice stuff, man. That's a good that's a really nice graphic.
I don't understand where it went south between you two.
Because I didn't defend Corey, because I didn't defend him when other people were going crazy on him, and that's where I see the thing. And Eli is a very sensitive guy to certain things, and very he's a guy that goes really strong on certain things. Man, I can't count how many times I was a nice friend to Eli when he was going through issues that I sat through and talked to him, along with Corey, and they want to think what they want to think, right? Did I bury part of Corey earlier, and do I stick to what I said? 100%, man. I hope you got some help for your drinking and stuff, and it was crazy. It was absolutely wild with some of it. I'm not going to defend that. I'm not going to sit over there and play some guy threatening to murder somebody on my show, man, and put that out there. It was crazy. And then quitting back and forth, and I don't defend him for that. I'm not going to defend somebody. If somebody that I'm friends with does that, I'm not going to defend them for that. But Eli is a very talented designer. And that's not a puff piece or anything like that for somebody, or a compliment sandwich. He's a very talented designer and does a really nice job.
Yes, it is, John. It was the perfect compliment sandwich. You started off by praising his artistic ability, then you denigrated him, and then you complimented him at the end.
It's not a puff piece. No, that was not a puff piece.
No.
In any sense of the word.
So who did...
You a fucking alcoholic? Are you threatening to kill people? Are you a piece of shit? Yeah, you are. But you're pretty talented.
What did he do? Record a segment threatening to kill me and Mike and Husey for mocking him or something? He met Corey, right? Corey sent in
Corey. I guess Corey went off and threatened to kill somebody. I don't know who it was because John wisely didn't air it. John's not.
Fuck no. Yeah.
Well, it was probably replaced Chad with Husey because I think that was the 4 of us on that episode.
Oh, was it? I thought.
I missed Corey Ryan. I should have been on that one, but I missed that. I'll just take Husey's line. Release the Corey Ryan episode.
No, shout out to Corey Ryan. He got a new job and he got a new apartment. He seems to be enjoying himself. So
coming together.
Good job.
Corey, if you're watching this, nice. I hope you're having a good day.
He needs.
And Eli, if you're watching this, man, we hope you're having a great day. I don't know what happened with Eli. I never had any negative interaction with him, and then all of a sudden one day on his new Twitter account that he made a few months ago, he blocked me. He blocked Get My Go. And I think he blocked most of us. And I don't know what I did to the man personally. Again, like John, I praise Eli's graphic ability. Dean, you seem to know more about Eli than all of us. What happened?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm someone that's upset Eli across the way, but I think I've also done a lot. I've done a lot for Eli as well. Now he is very talented, that is for sure, and I'm not 100% sure of what goes on from time to time. But yeah, he will take offense to some of my jokes and block me, and then he'll unblock me eventually. And so I don't know. It's perhaps John's on the money a little bit in his description of Eli. Maybe John deserves a point for his analysis of Eli and Corey Ryan.
We'll give John another point.
I'll just say one thing about Eli: don't cross the boss. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, let's talk about Fig Life then. Your episodes went from 25, 50, 100 downloads to 2,500 overnight.
I want you to watch John's face during this Inquisition. Rob does a great job here. I'll give him credit for that. Watch John's face. He can't hide it.
I was literally just about to ask you to pause and predict this, because as soon as I saw his face go, yep. I was like, this is going to be phenomenal to watch.
Oh yeah, he looks very stern there. The mouth is a
real pursed mouth.
Yeah.
And several episodes did that.
Sure, we had some good episodes, man.
Yeah, but they never went any higher.
I couldn't even remember what they were back right now. I'm sure we hit several thousand on several of them.
So you never bought any downloads for your YouTube channel?
Never bought downloads for the YouTube channel. Come on, man. I mean, this has been forever, this narrative. People can say what they want, think what they want. There's a big market in the figure collecting world, man. And Richie really opened up my eyes to a lot of that stuff and showed me a lot of that stuff. So absolutely not. But did we have fun doing the show? Yeah, we had a lot of fun doing it. It was nice. Richie's very passionate about it.
Go ahead, Dean.
One thing he said is like, I couldn't even remember what the numbers back then now are. It was mush. And then just at the end going, did we have fun doing the show? Nobody asked that.
Yeah,
it wasn't a part of the question. Just
I was going to say that. Yeah. Look at the face right there. That's classic.
He's like, you had to go to Fig Life. God damn it.
Oh, man.
Fuck, I forgot about that.
Shit. What are all these things behind me? God damn it, I forgot they were there.
I got the numbers on the screen right now. You can see the screenshots for Fig Life. As Rob is saying, they started off very low. They had like 5 to 10 views on every video. And then one day, you could just tell that John did something and he bought downloads somewhere in India probably. This is how long ago it was. It was me and were texting and he's sending me screenshots and we were just going back and forth over a day, just watching the Fig Life numbers just rise to 2,500. And then there was another day when their subscription count did the same thing. If you remember, it went really high, to 3,000, and then all of a sudden it came down to about 2,000 subscribers. It was very strange, but you can see that on the screen right now. Just look at these numbers. It's crazy.
Can I just point out, too, with the Fig Life, I mean, there was a number, right, that circulated how much he spent on the action figure collection on the wall, because those classic superstars, those are released between 2004 and 2010, and some of those go for a pretty penny. So this guy invested a ton of money into that paneled wall behind him. So
that's hard to explain to a spouse, wouldn't you think? I mean,
yeah.
But I was going to say, and I don't know if Chad or Dina's experienced this, or even Mike, when you have a podcast and your information's out there, whether it's your email and shit like that, you get emails soliciting you saying, hey, I can make your numbers explode. And it's
all the time.
Yeah.
Right. So it exists. So he hasn't said it yet, but I've seen or heard John say it before, I wouldn't even know how to buy downloads. Well, you're going to find out because they're going to let you know how. You're going to get emails about it, or DMs or whatever, Facebook messages. So that's out there. They're not exactly scam artists because they will get your numbers up, but it's certainly not a valid way to do it.
Right. And it's it's tempting. And you see the YouTube ones that come in, you're like, man, that's very tempting. You want to raise those numbers for profile purposes, but it's at what cost? You're not going to make any money off of it. They basically take control of your platform. And what fun does that become? Organically grow it as much as you can, not, jump the gun. And he clearly jumped the gun. Didn't one of those views get up to the 50,000 or something. That Fig Life, wasn't it like a overnight smash?
It's just weird that they went to like 2,500 and
no, but our first few episodes had been a few hundred downloads on them, and then we had done an episode that came out around the Royal Rumble time frame when they had come out with the new Macho Man character.
Oh,
I remember it was the Royal Rumble edition or something like that, and we had put that episode up because Richie had gotten it like one of the first days or something. It came out. We put an episode up on it, and I think we got about like 1.5, 1.6 thousand, and then we just started growing and getting a nice little collection coming through there.
Come on. A collection?
All right, no offense to Richie Riordan, but Fig Life was probably the worst show in the history of YouTube. I mean, it's two guys, and both of them had really shitty webcams back then. And then when they did have a graphic on the screen showing the figure, John would find like the most low-resolution, grainy picture of it. I mean, this Fig Life, go back and watch it. They're still up there. You can watch how shitty Fig Life was. I mean... Good idea. Yeah. I mean, if you want to talk about figures and be passionate about it, I'm down with that, John. But it sucked. And there's no way that a shitty show like that could get those views. I mean, there's no way they could get more than 10 views. That show was a pile of shit.
Still is.
It's obvious you bought downloads, man.
Yeah. And you could see as it went along, they were taking baby steps and they both were trying to learn, or John, whoever was doing the editing and stuff, they were learning how to eventually put a coherent show together. But the problem is they jumped into the deep end of the pool right away when they had no clue how to do it. So you can't do that.
Still be watching it, but the numbers haven't changed. Like, I mean,
all right. So Rob, that's his second point. I'm giving Rob 2 points on this. The numbers have not, like they got to like 2,500 or whatever, and they never went up. I can go back and find a screenshot of, a year and a half ago of Fig Life, and I can compare it to the one now. It's the exact same. The numbers, like, you can tell he bought a certain amount of numbers. It got to that level, and then they stopped. Obvious, dude.
Let me use an example. I have a video on my gaming channel where it's my created entrance for my 2K19 character.
Okay.
I have like 19 to 20 something thousand downloads. I get comments.
It's not downloads. It's views.
Yeah. I was about to say, they've both done it, so we can't deduct points, but it's annoying me that they're talking about YouTube and downloads.
Yeah.
If people really were that interested in the Fig channel, your numbers would still be going up, but they capped off at like 2,300.
Okay. Because we haven't promoted it in a year and a half, man. We haven't put anything into it.
I don't promote anything for that video that I did.
But you promote your channel all the time.
I mean,
you promote your channel all the time. When have I promoted that channel? Not since we stopped doing it last year. It's been over a year and a half ago or something now. 15, 16 months ago. We haven't put anything up on it. I don't even know if is it still up? I don't even know if it's still up. Because I don't have anything to do with it.
You changed it from Fig Life to Wrestling with Reality.
Yeah, we had changed it the one time there when we were going to do some stuff with it, and we never did anything with it, man. We didn't want to go that medium. We didn't want to do it. People are going to come every second and say shit things all the time just to be dickheads and all that stuff. There's no point to it.
Well, you did relaunch your YouTube for a few weeks when you did this.
Yeah, we were playing around with it a little bit just to see what, I haven't been on YouTube in so long really for that stuff because it's such a toxic community. People would just come to say negative things from Get My Go. So for me, I didn't want any part of that stuff, man, on there with it, honestly.
First off, Rob's practically Jerry McDivitt here, trying to hammer away at this uncooperative witness. But man, is John a slippery fucking snake or what? You can't. He's grabbing him and he's like a fish. He's just wiggling out. No, stop. Listen. Yeah. But I haven't promoted. Yeah. But I haven't. Oh my god. Holy shit.
Is it even up there? I don't know. Is it still?
Oh, it's so like every second his mind's spinning off into another. How can I? Oh, it's so good. God, dude.
I understand why Rob was so angry when they took custom entrances out of 2K. Because that's the most views he's got on anything he's ever done. Yeah. It's that 2K custom entrance that he did. He still gets views to this day, so I can understand him being upset.
This little snippet right here is the number one example of why John will never be on Get My Go. This is exactly what would happen. We would be presenting facts to him and asking him questions, and like Joe said, he's a slippery fish. He would do this for an hour, and there's no point in doing that. So
No, I was just going to say, I got to give John credit, though, for his comment about Rob. Rob not understanding why maybe his views go up is because Rob is going on every day and promoting it, where John does not, because he doesn't like social media. The people who usually get slammed on there don't like it. So he doesn't like social media. He doesn't promote it. Rob promotes it every day. And whereas this video he has is growing, his lawnmower videos have 0 viewers, which is very odd to even happen, period. But I got to give a point to Wangland on that one.
Okay. So we are right now, just to keep score, we're at 10. John has 10 and Rob is at 3 now. So Rob's coming back.
But I mean, you already had the built-in subscribers. Why would you start over?
Because why would I sit over there and do with something again? I would have loved it. Why do you think I started over on this new show name and everything? Because I want to start it fresh. I want to get rid of the old things that we did before. This is something new that we're doing. We're trying to do it new. It's fun to sit over there again and do something for fun. To sit over there and put it out again and to see where it goes from.
Dude, hold on. It was he did it. He said to sit over there, and then he does 2 in 1 sentence. We got to go back here.
Well, it was fun. It's all fun. It's fun when he doubles up on the sit over theirs. It's fun to sit over there and have fun.
It's fun to sit over there again and do something for fun. To sit over there and put it out again and to see where it goes from there. So what's wrong with doing that?
God,
what's wrong with doing that?
Slippery motherfucker.
Yeah, that might be his greatest sentence ever.
Yeah,
it's fun to sit over there.
Okay,
I'm trying to remember. It's fun to sit over there and try something new and sit over there and have fun. I think there's something. It's close to what he said.
That may be the longest episode title we ever have.
You just got to start it and put ...
Yeah.
Even that there, speaking of him being slippery as fuck, like Rob has a point. Like, yeah, but you already had these subscribers. Why would you start over? Nobody in their right mind would start over. There's no explanation for it. But John's going to find one. He's going to find an explanation in his head.
They have restarted every single platform they've been on. They restarted YouTube 2 or 3 times. They restarted the audio feeds a bunch of times. The Facebook 3 times. The Patreon twice.
I mean, to be fair, the Facebook 3 times is because of Rob. So I give that point to Rob.
All Rob, yep.
Yeah. I know. To be fair to Rob in this last little sequence, when you said 10-3, Mike, I think maybe Rob's probably been robbed a couple of points here.
So what do you want to put him at?
Oh boy,
I reckon 10-5.
Okay,
I reckon is fair at this point. Yeah,
sure.
Ding. Ask him why. Adam wants to know, why do you think YouTube videos got thousands?
There was people commenting, Adam, and I turned my comments off on things because you guys would come and be complete trolls. That's exactly why, because you'd become and be complete trolls, and we would get people that would come and comment on things. There was, man.
I mean, you could ignore those comments and let everybody else.
Because when you got negative people, everybody wants to hop on the negative train and to be an asshole. It's easier to be a jerk all the time than it is to be somebody that just sits over there and either says something nice or just doesn't say something at all. Everybody wants attention. Everybody wants to say it because you know what? Let's be realistic. Once again, you want to go back to the clip that you played earlier? People wouldn't have the balls to say it to your face 98% of the time. Okay? Right. And that's the one thing you can bet the bank on, man, when it comes to me. I would say what I'd say right to your face right now if I was right there with you. And you know that I would, and you know that's the type of human being that I am. And I highly doubt 98% of the people out there would do the exact same thing.
John, if I ever do meet you, I will say to your face that I believe that you bought downloads and views on YouTube. It's not... come on, dude.
Can we do a separate scoring... Like, so we've got John and Rob's points. Can we throw over to the side a sit over there counter?
No.
And see who, because I reckon sit over there is going to win this showdown by a country mile.
The other thing about he's saying that they did have comments, legitimate comments. No, there was one comment, and it was from, remember, it was like a little Indian boy that had his own YouTube channel.
Oh, yes.
That was the only guy that commented on John's videos other than us. And to be honest, we didn't even really troll him that hard. I think I might have put 2 or 3 comments on a video, and then Husey did a couple. It's not like we bombarded them. It seemed like that because they had no other comments.
Oh, well, so yeah, the Royal Ramble got trolled much harder than Figure Life got trolled. No, you're right. And also not understanding the whole system. Like, who gives a shit if you're getting trolled? If there's comments on your video, it it pushes it more into the mainstream, where you might get it showing up as a suggested video because people are commenting on it. It's part of the algorithm.
Yeah.
Yes, I love you, Jonathan Wangland. I love you so much.
Because I haven't sat over there.
Oh, we're starting off with this.
Oh, sat over there.
Sat over there.
That's a change up.
Past tense.
It's a past tense.
Because I haven't sat over there. Who's that? What's his name? Karen there?
Yeah, I don't know. It might be.
Yeah, was that Karen under one of his 97,000 things? Because when I haven't sat over there and actively put out for that stuff in a long time, why would I? Because once again, I'm going back to the point is, if that stuff is going to come, it'll come. You know, the reality is, if you don't like my stuff and you don't want to watch it, don't watch it. If you don't like me for some reason, you got a problem, and I did wrong to you in any way, why don't you email me like a normal human being and tell me you want to talk? We can have a conversation. It's as simple as that. If you don't want,
if you got a problem with me, why don't you send me the most passive-aggressive route you possibly can by going into an email that 9 times out of 10, when somebody sees a long text, they won't read the whole thing, but go ahead and send it, because I'll send you just as long and long reply back that you're not going to read. There you go.
I like his theory that if something good's going to happen, he's just going to sit there and wait for it to show up. I mean, that's the number one route to success. You just wait. Yeah. You just wait, and success comes.
They're knocking. Hello, who is it? It's success.
Anything to do, and listen, you want to just be a jerk and stuff, just keep it somewhere else, man.
We do. We keep it over here on Get My Go. That's where we be a jerk.
I want the best for you, man. Hopefully you do great things. I hope the best for you in your life. I told you before I wasn't going to come on here and get in a piston match and arguing with you and yelling at you. We're going to agree to disagree on some things, but the reality of the situation is we both acted like gigantic assholes at points.
No, that's true. We've been pretty simple. I'm just...
Yeah, 100%.
I'm throwing the questions out there that...
Sure, throw them out there. I came on your platform, man. This was you. I'm not sitting out there and highly promoting this on mine.
He's not sitting out there.
Wait.
Yeah.
You missed something big. Okay. How many times have you gotten into a pissing match with someone? Does he mean a pissing contest?
Yes.
Who gets into a pissing match? Hey, give me a stream. Let's fight with our piss. What the hell's a pissing match?
I bet him and the Simple Man have had many pissing matches.
Yeah.
In the woods of...
I'm most bothered by his headphone cable being stretched to its like absolute tether. Like, can you sit a bit closer? Just turn the webcam. Like, that's really bugging me.
You gotta show off the guns, man. I gotta sit.
Well, no.
Platform, man. This was you. I'm not sitting out there and highly promoting this on mine. I think I mentioned it once or twice on my thing for you, because I told you I threw it out there a couple times on my end there for you, but I'm not mentioning it because I didn't want anything to do with it on my platform.
Rob just got his exercise in for the week.
Mine. I think I mentioned it once or twice on my thing for you, because I told you I threw it out there a couple times on my end there for you, but I'm not mentioning it because I didn't want anything to do with it on my platform.
So yeah, we got to change up. If instead of sitting over there, I'm not sitting out there. So he's got to be sitting somewhere though.
Drew wants to know, please clear up the story with Steve
please.
from Wrestling Inc. regarding that you died.
Yes, please do, because that's the same person. No, I don't deflect everything, Eli. You turtle up on things and you run away on things. So let's address that. I'm not deflecting anything. I'm sitting over there.
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you.
No,
somebody texted, I think it was Durban, from an unknown number, asking if the news...
No, it wasn't just me. It was me, Joe, and someone else, I think, got the same text. It was a Sunday evening in the winter. We all got that text asking if John had passed away or something. And that... You can go back and watch the Death Hoax. I don't know what episode number that is, but there's a whole episode about this. And John's going to explain something, and I've never heard this version of it, but it's very interesting, and I don't understand what's going on.
Yeah, but for a quick deep dive, there's no one named Steve Tortello from Wrestling Inc. or whatever that was. There is a Steve Tortorello I've looked at that he promotes Warrior Wrestling in Chicago. Now, I don't believe the number we got texted from was a fucking Chicago number anyway.
No.
This guy's also a Catholic school principal. So I'm sure he would be happy to answer any questions we had about this. And if he has any idea his name's being used, which I'm sure he doesn't, but come on. Like, we're still denying this.
Yeah, I've been to the. I went to the first 2 or 3 Warrior Wrestling. It's in a far south suburb, so I don't go all the time. But it's run by it's like a Catholic school, high school principal that set it up. Yeah, again, it's a Catholic school principal. This guy's got nothing to do with this. I don't know why this guy's name was even thrown in this conversation.
Yeah, and it was spelled wrong, and it says he's from Wrestling Inc., which isn't even like. It was just a haphazardly thrown together dumb fucking scam that somebody thought, oh, I'm going to scare them during the Christmas season and make them think I killed myself or something. Like, well, whatever it was, like, dude, come on. And whether or not it was his idea or stupid Chris's idea or whoever did it, like, man, come on. Like, shut up. You did it specifically so that on the show you could have the big I'm alive reveal in the video. Fuck off.
But it's also an acknowledgement. It's an acknowledgement of what Get My Go was, because why would a wrestling site pick up this story? Like, nobody knows who you are unless you acknowledge that Get My Go is a big deal, and then they might know who you are. You know what I mean? Like, that's
You died.
Yep.
We still don't know who that was. It was a burner, a number or whatever. We have no idea who started that rumor.
Yep. And they sent a message to me and my wife, of all people. They got my number, sent it to me and my wife. And it upset my wife because she's like, why would people be continuing on with this nonsense and be finding my number to message me and to ask it? She said, that's sick. That's cruel humor. I talked to the dude on the phone. He said he worked for Wrestling Inc. He said that he ran I think it's called Warrior Wrestling in Chicago.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, so right there. He's lying right there, because if you talk to the guy that runs Warrior Wrestling, he's got nothing to do with Wrestling Inc. You didn't talk to anybody, John.
Yeah, like he's digging the lie way, way deeper now. All that made up verbiage that his wife, I'm sure, said, that was clearly just off the top of his head.
She'd be really upset if he died, because then she'd be out of here. But
something that's
it could be, I don't know.
Yeah, he said that he had saw that on the social media there, and that he believed it had come from Mike.
Again, no. Yeah. Why? It was not on any social media, and it did not come from me. I don't know the guy. I never even knew the guy's name. I've seen him at Warrior Wrestling. He's the guy that goes out at the start of the show. He welcomes everybody. He encourages people to donate because all the money goes to the high school. And the guy's got no association with any dirt sheet that I know of.
And anybody that's watching this, I don't want anybody to harass this poor guy who's not involved, but if anyone wants to, ask him if he's ever heard of Get My Go or John Wangland or Death Scam or spoke on the phone to John. Feel free, because I think at this point we're like 2 years past and none of us is going to do it because we don't give a fuck. But I mean, it's obviously a made up thing. And I had just woke up before we started recording, so I'm a little sluggish today. I'm not as involved, but that woke me the fuck up, because that's my most hated thing that has happened this whole time is this made up bullshit, and the fact that he's just doubled down and tripling down on it, it's fucking annoying.
But also, there was never anything like before. We didn't talk about it on Get My Go until like a month or two after it actually happened. Like I knew about it, like we all knew about it because you guys told us. But that was it. It was in private DMs. It was the only time that message was revealed. So there was no talk of it on social media. Just caught it another lie.
No, and we didn't even talk about it on Get My Go until he made his fucking precious Lex Luger
video. I didn't remember this until you mentioned it. So I'm just as feeling that this is a pathetic cry for attention than anything. But I also just noticed, and sorry if I'm diverting. Does Rad Rob sponsor his own show? Is this what that is up in the corner? It's sponsored by Main Event. Isn't that Rad Rob's show? So he sponsored the Showdown?
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
I just noticed that. He put up the money for his own show. That's pretty good.
Did John get a payday out of this?
He might have. I mean, come on.
Awesome.
And that he wanted to confirm the story. And I'm like, no, dude, I'm 100% alive. And that's when he gave me the line of the Andy Kaufman of podcasting or something.
Oh my God.
And I thought it was funny. I was like, no, dude, I'm not dead. Like, imagine the sickness of people to send messages to my phone, to text me on my time and my free when you don't know me and you know that they've done that.
No, I know. And somebody else texted you a couple months back, and you thought I was behind it, but I mean, I wasn't.
And you told me you weren't. And what did I say? I believe you.
Yeah, and I still don't know exactly who that was or why they would have done that, but you got a lot of heat, brother.
Oh dear God! What a loser! Shut up.
There is moments where we've gone the way all this shit, like the way how like preposterous all of this is. With like, if he was playing a character, he would be the Andy Kaufman. You know, I think that was a throwaway line once upon a time. For this,
that could have been the most sad line ever uttered on these airwaves. That's pathetic. That is, again, this self-inflated view of yourself and what you do. To compare yourself to Andy Kaufman, who obviously made his name as a personator, dual personality, whatever you want to call it. Incredible that he would make that comparison. That's sick.
I'm just happy he didn't say. And then he called me the loose cannon of podcasting.
Yeah.
You want to bring that up like really fast. I got to say this. You want to bring up the big C claims is I have seen the scars and the surgery stuff. So if you want to sit over there and call the morality of somebody else out for those things, they're not here to defend themselves. No, I'm talking about where you're talking about for cancer stuff. So I have seen scars from things like that and things that
Brother Martin's pronouns, by the way, they them.
Yeah. Yeah. Well done. I just didn't see the point in Rob bringing this up. Why would John speak about, Chris's cancer, forgetting he had cancer? I just
discard, man.
Yeah. But then John in such a stupid way. Yeah, the cancer and stuff, scars and stuff from the cancer and stuff. Like, well, you're lying. You haven't.
You can tell if you watch John's face during this one again. You're gonna see he gets to a point where he realizes he can't say anything worthwhile, so he just kind of throws it off.
I would give Rob a point here because by asking John about it, he knows John's going to defend someone who pretended to have cancer, and he's going to look like shit, and that's exactly what John's doing.
You can deal with that with him. And if Chris tells me something is true, Chris is my friend and I'm going to believe what Chris says. And I don't have any reason to think that he's not.
But when I messaged him on Twitter, he said he never ever said that he had cancer. And then I showed him his tweet and 5 days later, he still hasn't answered me.
Because he probably wants nothing to do with you and finally took the lesson from me that it's stupid to sit over there and continue to have a pissing match with somebody back and forth. And if you want to...
Stop. Pissing match.
Stop.
Episode title.
Stop. It's not a pissing match. It's someone saying, I never said I had cancer. And then you've proven that they said they had cancer. Yeah. Oh, because probably he doesn't want to deal with you. Why? Because Rob's the bad guy there? Rob's not the bad guy there. Chris is the bad guy there.
I think the episode title needs to be, I'm not going to sit over there and have a pissing match.
Okay.
Sorry, the way Rob is sitting is annoying me as well.
I thought the same thing with his hand on his hip. Bro, he's getting a little, he's hankering. He gets a little angry when he hasn't eaten for a while.
Are the curtains open?
That claims with him or anybody else does, you can deal with Chris Martin on it and talk to him, and he can answer your question. I'm not Chris Martin. I am John. So.
Well, thank God you're not Chris Martin because nobody wants to be him. But.
Well, I think Chris is a really good dude, and I like Chris. And if you guys have heat with him, that's between you. We're not here to talk about Chris.
Oh, there's nuclear heat with him,
and I'm sure.
Oh, shut up, Rob.
Like I came into this, and I was actually going to be cordial and stuff, and actually thank John for giving us all the material. Now that we're at the end here, but come on, man! Like you can't be in. 3 sentences earlier, someone was just proved that they tweeted about having cancer, and then they're backing up in line about it. And at the end of the part, you talk about what a great guy is. Like, dude, you make yourself look so bad with that. Like, fuck, just come out and say it, And I know I've heard he said it privately that he knows that the dude's full of shit. So just say it. Oh, he's my friend. No, man, you don't want to be friends with someone that fakes cancer. I just spell it out for you. You're a big.
If you believe him, that's one thing. I mean. Can you see why nobody thinks he's trustworthy? Because he flip-flops, all the time?
Chris has always been trustworthy with me, and Chris has always been good with me, and has always been a good friend to me and somebody that has always had my back, and I have Chris's back, and I'm not here to discuss Chris Martin, and you guys can discuss it with Chris Martin.
All right.
100%, man. I told you that right from the start.
And it was all yellow.
So dumb.
That's what I'm thinking. Who's Chris Martin?
You're my best friend.
Brother Martin, please. Come on.
I can say who made these, but that's a classic.
Hey, wonderful, man. Look at that. Nice.
I do like that one.
Somebody's got a little bit too much time on their hands.
Yeah, no. I mean, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm. Oh, nice. Hey, I like that one. Good job, Eli.
The Book of Wangland.
Hey, there you go. Come on out.
That's a pretty good one.
Yeah, let's take the cross and put that on there. Nice.
This one.
Okay, this is the only one that I made of these. I think those other ones were Eli and maybe one other person, but this one I made.
You wouldn't say that to anybody's face, though.
Yeah. You wouldn't say that to my face. I did make this one, and I think we were joking in the DMs, and I think Husey said, "Oh, you should do an Undertaker one where it says cancer faker," and I'm like, okay. And then it took me like 2 minutes to do this. It's not. Okay, I'll let John speak, and then I'll...
I like the purple hue to represent the Undertaker. It's very, very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
One I just got today. That's
nice.
That's actually
the people that make those things, you have to look at your life and what you're doing, and that all the time that it's consuming you to make those things. And
yes, John, all the time that it took me to do that. It took me 2 minutes to do. I found a picture of him, cut out his eyes, made them white, put a little purple hue on it, and then text at the bottom. No more than 2 minutes, and it popped the group, and we all had a good laugh over it. And like with Eli, I'm sure those didn't take Eli long, because John, when you're good at something and you're creative, it's like this a lot of times. There's no time. It's not like we spent 2 hours in the middle of the night talking with children about wrestling on a stream somewhere. No, it took us 2 minutes to do this, and it's funny. And you will never understand what it means to be creative or to have an ability to do something like that.
That's right.
To realize
we all know, by the way, that Eli is not good with deadlines. So continue.
Can John not see where his disappointment is clearly misplaced? Like his disappointment is in the person that made the graphics and not the person that faked the cancer. Come on.
Do you mean this kind of deadline?
Well, I mean, you said that, not me.
To make those things and to realize that that's pretty fucking pathetic.
Ooh, F-bomb.
So it's pathetic to make the graphic, but it's not pathetic to...
It's phenomenal.
Okay, thank you.
That's phenomenal.
That's just...
What?
All right, so this part, I really chopped this down because he really went off on the next couple people, but he was just repeating himself over and over again, so it's pretty short.
What really happened with this guy?
He's a nutcase. An absolute nutcase.
What happened with these guys?
Dan was really a busy guy, and we just couldn't narrow it down to the times. He was traveling a lot at that point. Don was very sick with his surgery. He didn't have the equipment set up. Dan didn't have the equipment set up. It just wasn't meant to be. Dan and Don are doing a nice show on YouTube now. I heard it's doing good stuff. Yeah, it's good stuff, man. Dan's a super dude, and Don is funny as hell. We have some funny Don moments on the show. I saw a recent clip of him drinking from a horse bucket of horse water. Guy's hilarious.
Yes, you just had to be there for that one, huh?
A horse bucket of horse water. I don't know. Have any of you guys ever had horse water?
Where do you drink?
I say it right here, and I really hope you do well with your life, and I really hope all the good things happen to you with whatever.
You can tell John's trying to wrap it up and go home, and Rob just kept bringing up stuff. So
yeah, because Rob finally turned the heat on late. Now he's finally got his balls up and or his balls dropped or however John would put it.
Well, he got past telling him that really hurt me, and I told you I loved you plenty of times, and he got past all that stuff.
Yeah, now it's all
podcasting, and hopefully all the great things happen to you. You got a wonderful family and good people, and I know you got a real sweet family, so I really hope that you and your family have a good life.
And I do wish the same for you.
Thank you.
When it's all said and done, I love your dad. I love your wife. You have...
He never met his wife.
Never.
Weird. Very weird.
Slow it down.
Any of these people.
Healthy life.
I know they did shows with Stan Wangland, so I guess you can have an affection for him and everything. It's weird to hear him say that. He's never met the guy's wife. I doubt he's ever been on a stream with her either. She's never done a show.
You went on your show and said that you didn't want to be here. I got the clip here.
I don't want to be Johnny fucking podcasting anymore.
Nope.
So you said you wanted to take time off and spend it with your son before he was getting deployed.
And I did.
12 days.
No, there was more than that.
No, you came back after 12 days. Point for Rob.
With a ridiculously untalented looking video as well. It's a cheesesteak. Nope. It's a virgin. It's a dude in Ireland. Woo!
Nope, it was more than that. That's just it. That's it. That's what it is in his mind. So that's it.
Just like the Vampiro and the Severn stories, it's like he has a static script. Severn had travel things. Vampiro's nuts, and that's all. That's it. That's what happened in his head.
I have to get this out just because Josh has said it 3 times already.
I have never talked to you, Josh. You mentioned it on the show. You sent me messages, dude. Get a clue on this, Josh. I'm telling you right now, man. I don't want nothing to do with you. Okay? You send me messages, man. Before you sent me messages. All right. Seriously, dude. Like, I'm not picking on you, Josh. I'm not saying anything. I'm going to say this nicely to you, bro. I don't know what land you're living in to think that I am ever engaging about Big Josh Hinkle. Okay.
I'm gonna give a point to John there because John, I believe John 100% on this one. Josh would send me screenshots of him telling John not to talk about him or message him, and there would never be a response from John. It would just be message after message from Josh, and no response from John. So John is actually telling the truth for once.
Yeah, I mean,
with you, bro. I mean, it just
and a lot of people got to eat with you too, man. It's how it goes in life. Yeah,
I still think more people don't like you than they like me.
Well, when you're looking at the cesspool of Twitter, then I don't know how much stock I take in that right there. I live in a world of reality and real people most of the time. I'm not sitting over here and living in this delusional Twitter world of YouTube and Get My Go all the time where that's it for me, man. So
you should sit down and watch the show, though. Like seriously, you would be pretty impressed with the production value.
I'd imagine Mike is a good video
Mike is
guy.
Fantastic. He's the best.
Good. Pretty good, man. Yeah, cringy a little bit, but he can produce stuff. So compliment sandwich rolled in there for you.
Yeah, point for John.
Yeah, well
there you go.
Did he say cringy a little bit or crazy a little bit?
Cringy. He said I'm cringy a little bit, and but I am a good and talented editor. So thank you, John.
You are very nice.
He wrote a lot into one there, though, where he was like, "I'm not in this crazy Twitter world with the YouTube and the getting those. Yeah, they're not related."
It was almost like Stan Wangland took over. These kids with their internet and
what's up in here?
Nothing's wrong here. What's wrong there?
It's just it's not standard issue.
What do you mean standard issue? Like military? Right. You want me to have a flat top still, man?
I don't know. It's a different look for you. It's the buds on the side, but the comb over on the top. I mean,
I changed it up about a year and a half ago.
Point to Rob. Rob's at 8 now.
It is.
He did have a flat top. He had a flat top for the beginning of Get My Go.
Yeah,
it's not like he didn't have it,
and it's always uneven for some reason. I said it before on here, but I assumed maybe there was a scar or something he's covering. I have no idea, but for some reason it's always shifted. Like it's never dead even like it's supposed to be.
It seems like he's deliberately doing it. Like he's not the same as what it was when we first discovered John. Like he has changed it. He gets it styled for sure.
He gets that little strip of hair styled.
He does. It's clear. It's clear he does.
Yeah.
Where's the score at the moment, Mike?
Rob is at 8. John is at 11.
Oh man!
No, 12. John's at 12. John is 12.
It's time.
Coming back. Hey,
vacation in one of your 3 homes.
We're actually going to the Outer Banks this year, Joe. And yes, I do have 3 homes. I have 2 homes in New York. I have the one that I live in right now. I have another one that I rent out, and then I also have another one in the Philippines, Joe. And I do have a beach condo that we have right out there in Florida. It's a timeshare that we have. So
that's 4. That's 4.
Timeshare. He's just leaking money on a timeshare.
That does not count. But timeshare does not count, in my opinion.
Timeshare does not count, and having a house in the Philippines does not count.
That does not count because probably the wife's.
every one of us right now could probably take our most recent paycheck and buy a house in the Philippines. It's not that expensive. My friend is Filipino. He bought a house when he was like 17. And I'm not joking. Like he bought a house to go vacation in when he was 17 years old. It's
nice.
Anybody can buy a house there.
We do have that, and this year we were going to the Outer Banks. So we rented a beach house out for 10 days out in the Outer Banks.
So does he count those as his houses when he rents them? Like, that's number 5 there, man.
He just fucked up too. Is he going to the Outer Banks, or did he rent the house out?
Good point.
I'm confused.
Yeah.
John, I know we're over the allotted time limit, but you did have the balls to show up on my show, and I do appreciate you for showing up and answering the questions.
Always.
Oh God. Joe loves you so much. I don't know. Where do we go from here, Johnny?
I wish you all the best, Rob. You know where you go from here? I want you to come on the Retro Wrestling Revival next month, and I want to have a nice conversation with you and talk wrestling. This isn't a work. You know what I got a lot of people saying that I'll close this out with? That this was a work for 19 months or 15 months or 17 months. It wasn't a work, man. There you go. There you go. I'm going to throw the man out there again for you. I know I say it a lot. Don't worry.
Yeah. Is that
point?
The Montreal Screwjob. Sorry, the Montreal Screwjob and Wangland versus Rad Rob. 2 most talked about conspiracies in wrestling.
Reset? Like, do you have like a speech thing or something? Or are you just trying to reset your thoughts? Or
it's my dad. It's growing up with my dad.
Okay.
Yeah. If you ever talk to Stan for long periods of time, you'd see it.
Well, count that under things I'll probably never be doing. So, got that at least.
There's no work though, folks. Let me tell you.
No, I legitimately hated your guts. And, I mean,
I never hated you.
Well,
I didn't like you very much, but I never hated you.
All right. Well, you
didn't like you very much.
You didn't like me a lot, but
no, I did not like you a lot. And I'll say that from there. Where do we go from here, Rob? I got nothing, but I want you to have a nice life, dude. And I know I'd like to hope you want the same for me and everything like that. So I want to bury the hatchet. We made mistakes. That's life. No pun intended, Mr. Russo. But that's life, and we live and learn from it. And I hope the best for you. And we'll get you on and talk some wrestling one day soon. That's what I want.
Well, that's life. That's life.
They never did have that wrestling talk. I don't think Rob ever went on.
Didn't they fall out again shortly after that or something?
I don't know if they fell out, but it was after we released part 1 and 2 of the Showdown. Rob messaged John a bunch of times trying to get him to do a show in response to our show. So,
oh really?
Yeah, yep. And John wisely declined that offer. So.
I was
just too bad.
I was made aware of the fact that I've always been jealous of Rob, and I want to say right now, Rob. Yeah, I am jealous of the fact that I don't get tweets like on a regular basis reminding me that I jerked off in front of a window. Just really wish I had that in my life. Anyway.
I did publicly say that I wasn't going to talk to you anymore, and obviously I'm going to get heat from people on Twitter for,
There's no reunion, folks, permanently. Let's just say that here. I say that because I want to show that we can sit over there as gentlemen and squash it enough to sit over there at least once and have a civil conversation where we.
That was twice in one sentence.
Sit over there as dominating this showdown, but.
Nice screen cut.
I've actually lost my fucking train of thought.
Sorry. Look at that face. He looks like a Muppet right there. Dun, 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 dun. Hey.
We can sit over there as gentlemen and squash it enough to sit over there at least once and have a civil conversation where we make some laughs and talk some wrestling and do what it was meant to be from the beginning.
Make some laughs.
No, that's true.
That's up for debate.
Oh, sorry. I remember now. He said this is not a reunion. These guys, maybe 12 months, a little over 12 months, they did podcasting together. What reunion?
What reunion?
You know what I mean? You went at school together for fucking 12 years or whatever,
Oh, dude, if they ever did, they should definitely make a reunion T-shirt like with tour dates on it and all that shit, like a band.
RTW Rewind, baby.
The reunion, RTW reunion.
Yeah,
that's the other thing too. I always find very funny about them and how they play podcasting. Like they had to have phone call conversations where they're like, "We're going to be 50-50 partners in this, there, man. Like we got to do this, and you're going to do this, and I'm going to do this." Like they had to have, as adult males, that conversation multiple times to have a 50-50 ownership in a podcast that had what at the most 2 sponsors at a given time. What kind of meetings did they have to discuss this? Let's do it, man. We can do it together.
I want to because Rob did actually tweet out, I think today, with the release of episode 74, whatever it was, 73. Yes, 73. He said how even though Mike Durbin hates him, he still supports Get My Go. So if he is,
see that.
You didn't see that?
No.
I saw it.
Well, I don't follow him.
Yeah, well, anyway, he said it. But so if he is watching, I would like him to confirm if he did or didn't get the Rad Turtles wrestling podcast, like a curtain, like skirting for a table at the Georgia convention.
Oh, no.
That was talked about, and I'm not sure if Rob pulled the trigger and actually got that purchased or not. Some sort of banner or whatever. So I'd like, if he is still supporting Get My Go, could you confirm or deny that, please, Rob?
Yeah, and I'd want to say I agree with what Rob said earlier. I didn't get a chance to interject it, but about how John should watch the show, and he would. I'm sure he has, but I would like to think that if John or Rob is watching right now, that they would both say we gave them both fair treatment. I think, right?
Yep.
Except I haven't talked shit except when John backs up the canter shit, because that's come on, man. Like you're better than that. I'll put it that way. You're better than backing that up. Stop it. Maybe he's not.
What happened with the Patreon?
The Patreon is something that will take a long time to get to, as we all know. You know, it was something to put up there because you guys kept shutting me down every second you had, and that's why. I never had any illusions it was going to do a million fucking buys on it or whatever. It takes time with anything. Money's tight enough nowadays for people, man. So
that's why I haven't done it, because I'm not. I'm not that stupid to think.
Yeah, get a few people out here and there. We never thought it was going to make $1 million or anything off of that. It was something because every second we were looking around, you guys were trying to shut us down on something. And
no, John, not you guys were trying to shut us down.
Yes.
One person was trying to shut you down, and you're talking to him right now.
And sending something out to the WWE or Facebook or God knows whatever platform it would have been. So
is that what he did? He emailed the platforms, but he emailed WWE also?
Oh, yeah. He had the WWE legal. Remember? There was all those screenshots he was putting up that he was emailing them on a daily basis that, there's somebody that's using their copyrighted material. I'm not going to make that mistake again, the Stuttering John mistake. But I caught it on the last episode. That was a Rob special. He was on a tirade.
No shit.
But what I love about them going to Patreon, at that point, why even put it out?
Yeah.
Like, clearly nobody is signing up to your Patreon. Maybe Michael Loving did at the time.
I think he was the only one that did, yeah.
Yeah, but at that point, just get Michael Loving on the StreamYard with you, and then he can just watch you guys do it.
Rob, tell him I've never done any canceling. The only thing that happened with me is I told someone I wouldn't feel comfortable working with him. That's that.
And that's canceling, Joe. So you can try to throw it any way you want, but that's trying to get somebody canceled out. So
no, it's not.
That's 100% what that is. So
I'm assuming that's the Art 19 thing, but
yeah, that's deflection right there. So just admit it. You tried to get somebody canceled, man, and you did. So there you go.
No,
congratulations, it worked out for you. So don't have hypocrisy and say about the cancel culture when you're sitting over there and doing it too.
Come on,
sitting over there, Joe. Stop sitting over there.
That's not just. Come on.
Just on that same logic, these two guys both canceled me. So there you go.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that hard to understand. We had a bad relationship. You tried to get sponsors and shit taken off my shows. Why would I want to work on a platform with you? And like I said on a previous episode, I didn't even really strongly consider moving. I'm happy with Spreaker, but once I realized I was the same guy you're working with, I said, well, if we're going to discuss this move, I don't want to work with John. That doesn't mean fire John. It just means I don't want us to cross fucking streams. like in Ghostbusters.
Pissing match.
But again, all it is again is John just acknowledging that you're a much bigger deal than him. If John said he doesn't want to work with you, the guy would be like, I don't give a fuck. He's got Conan. He's got you know what I mean. Like, but your opinion holds weight. He's like, well, fuck. If Joe Feeney doesn't want to work with him, then and he's a nobody, then why would we bring him on?
Yeah, I mean, go if it's deflection, stop deflecting yourself. Go back and blame yourself. Because maybe if you didn't have such a bad falling out with me and go after my shit, then that never would have happened, would it?
All right, that's fair. And obviously, you and Joe Feeney are never going to exchange Christmas cards either.
Probably not. Yeah, probably not. But
you would talk to him, obviously.
Anytime. I talk to anybody, dude. I don't have any fucking problem doing that.
I don't even.
Well, there you go.
That might take one.
Let me say, there you go. I think the feeling is mutual over there. We can agree to disagree, but I come to Philly pretty often, Joe. So maybe we can grab a cheesesteak and in a cold beer one day and talk if you want to. So I will be in Philly in September. So if you ever want to grab a cheesesteak and a Coke and a smile, let's have that conversation. Then if you don't want to, we don't have to exchange Christmas cards either.
There you go, Joe. The gauntlet has been dropped.
Did he say he wants to go get a cheesesteak and some Coke?
And a smile, which sounds like you're getting a blowjob.
That would be a couple of beers and then a couple of lines of Coke. I think John and I would have a very interesting conversation.
Johnny, I appreciate you being here.
Yep, thanks, man.
It does take a lot of cojones to come on here and face your accusers. So
not at all. Not in the slightest.
No, if you go on with the mindset of you're going to deny, it's not very hard to do at all. It's
going on a StreamYard with 20 people watching takes tremendous courage.
And he did have kind of he kind of trained for this when he went on with Bang and Dang, because it's a lot of the same rhetoric anyway, which we knew was going to happen.
Never had a problem doing it then. Well, but let's just say this. I'll end it with that, Rob, is leave it be from here for everybody.
No, I'm done. Everybody, I was done. I will not publicly disparage the good goddamn name of Johnny Podcasting ever again.
Well, we're over there on our thing doing ours. If you don't want to.
They're over there on the thing.
I look forward to the new song, Leave It Be, Leave It Be.
Yeah.
Leave it be, Rob. Yeah.
Get off your crushed soapbox, Rob.
You think anyone ever gets
come on, nothing.
You think anyone ever gets confused, like when they're hanging out with John and they're, at his house, and he's like, "Well, why don't we just go over there and get a beer?" And they're like, "Where? We're here."
Yeah.
About
you're gonna sit over there. I'm not sitting. What are you talking about?
Over there on our thing doing ours. If you don't want to come by, then don't come by. That's all fine and dandy, but just leave it. If you want to be negative, leave that negativity somewhere else, please and thank you. And if you don't like me, great.
Truer words have never been spoken.
Yeah.
This is just from my perspective. Mm-hmm. Whatever beef you have with Johnny is it's on you guys. This is it. This is it for me.
Leave it be from here, guys.
I'm done. I can't speak for anybody else. If they want to carry it on, if Get My Go wants to continue on, I'm not going to be part of it. If they're talking about you, if they want to move on to other subjects, I'm cool with that. But I'm done bashing John Wangland for good.
Same thing here, buddy.
Very strange. Watch this part again. It looks like John almost. You know how when you get really emotional and your words are cracking? Yeah, John was in that territory. Just watch him.
You get verklempt.
For good.
Same thing here, buddy.
I appreciate that.
Oh my God, he's gonna cry.
He is. Watch. But while Rob's speaking, watch his face. Look at that.
You can see the eyes.
Yeah, puppy dog.
I'm cool with that, but I'm done bashing John Wangland for good.
Thank you.
Same thing here, buddy.
I appreciate that.
Yep, absolutely, man. Good luck to you.
Thank you, John. You too.
Oh my God,
dude, he was on the verge. If Rob would have kept, if he would have mentioned Stan Wangland or his dad, how he loved his dad so much again, John would start crying. It would have happened.
Rob also, so John just outshone Rob's arrogance of pointing out that he's done, and if they want to do it, they can do it. And, if they want to move on to other targets, that's cool with me.
Oh, thanks.
Nobody gives a shit, Rob. We need your permission, did we? Oh, thanks, Rob. We'll move on to other targets.
Okay, Rob would step over a bucket of fried chicken, go back and eat it, and then come on this show at the next invite if he was invited back on with us. Please. He would be on in 2 seconds to rip John if given the opportunity.
Yeah, and unfortunately, as we all know, what happened once Rob decided not to go after John and gave us permission to move on, Get My Go was never heard from again.
Yeah.
Have a good night, brother.
Yep. Thanks, man.
All right.
Brother.
Yuck. Yowzer. Please don't pull on your shirt again, by the way. You see him pulling at his shirt? Please stop.
By the way, was it you, Joe? I forget who suggested on the last episode that he got his beard professionally done.
Yeah.
I believe he got it colored, but there is no barber, hairdresser anywhere in the world that's taking credit for that.
Guys, look. I don't. You expected a knockdown, drag out affair, but what does that really prove if we were to sit here and go argue with each other for an hour? I asked the questions that I wanted to ask. He answered them how everybody expected him to answer it. So it is what it is. No, I know, Joe. I know. No,
brother. I use brother. Yeah.
Joe, you're in the biz. That's why, brother.
I asked him the questions I wanted to ask. He answered them the way we all expected.
Yeah,
so what a waste of fucking time.
Again, what was the point of this whole exercise? That's why I didn't bother watching it. I could have scripted this out in advance, and this is what happened. It was so predictable. It was a complete and epic failure. Trash.
Would you have sat over there and predicted all the sit over theirs?
First of all, that's the first time that Rad Rob and exercise were ever put together in the same sentence. Okay, this was such a stupid waste of time for not only them but for us that we've spent how many weeks waiting to finish this, and it was like, for what? For what? For now we found out Wangland cried at the end. You know, like there's this. We should just end the episode at Wangland crying and that be it. Because now we're gonna have to listen to this guy. All right, I'm just gonna finish up the show here. It's no longer sponsored by my show, but I'm gonna just continue. Come on.
There's absolutely no way that Mike's not gonna zoom in on John's verklempt face with some very sentimental music. I mean, it's gonna.
I'm drawing that face. That's
with the cry, the tears coming off the.
Can I also point out that Rob uses a ride-on mower in a lawn mowing simulator? Like he can't even push a lawnmower in a simulator.
Again, we're gonna try not to damage anything or kill any flowers. I know it's easier said than done. I really just have to worry about like weed eating more. It's raining again.
He's as we're wrapping up here and Rob's doing his wrap up, you can see the glow in his face though that everyone's attention is focused on him now. You know, he's very happy with that.
He's taking his victory lap here.
Yeah.
This is the most people who've ever listened to him at one time. So
yeah, it is.
This is solely for me. I mean, yeah, I hyped it up. I wanted people to come here and watch this, but in the end, this was for me. This was my beef with John Wangland. I wanted one to bury the hatchet because it's seriously, it's too much to take on. For 15 months, you guys don't even understand the toll that it's taken on me mentally.
I really don't understand it.
I don't understand.
You never met this man. Like, I don't get it at all. I don't get why he talks about how much hatred he had for him. He couldn't stand to hear his voice. Like, I don't get that. This is not like a real thing. You don't know him in person.
Just not even wanting to hear his fucking voice.
Oh, there you go.
It's how much I detested him.
I don't have any hatred for people. Even people like that have really screwed me over and done some shady shit behind the scenes, like fucking. Like, I don't have hatred. I'm not going to give that much energy to someone I don't really know. You know, it's very odd to me.
Yeah, I don't hate John. I don't hate him. I mean, I have no reason to hate Rob, but I don't hate Rob either. But I don't hate John. I just I'll be very fatherly here and say I'm just disappointed.
I hate Brother Martin, so okay. I also hate Rue. So don't think I forgot about you, Rue. I hate you too.
Do you know what's funny, Chad? In a DM from Brother Martin, he was like, does Chad have a serious problem with me? Blah, blah. And I just wrote back,
Yes.
I'm not gonna speak for Chad. Like, I'm not gonna do that. And then, but you've just got, I hate Brother Martin. So there you go, Brother Martin. There it is.
Him and Rue are at the top of my list. So there you go.
Yeah, I hate Martin, and I will continue to hate Martin until he mans up, admits his ridiculous bullshit, and then apologizes. You know, I'm sure we've all lost someone to cancer, and so I don't. That's a fucking line with me. And I don't have many.
We all knew he'd lie and deflect. Sonny, I don't know. You got to take him at his word. If he did not tell the truth tonight, that's on him. That's between him and his maker.
I don't think his maker cares. Fucking bought downloads on a YouTube channel.
Who's his maker? Toyota? Honda? Who's the maker?
If you guys expected something else from the show, I'm sorry, but like I said, this is cathartic for me to get this off my chest, to finally put a fucking end to this, because I'm tired of harboring resentment. I'm tired of carrying the hatred for him.
So pathetic. Like, that is so pathetic that you've been harboring resentment and carrying around hatred. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I love Joe Feeney. I'm going to say this publicly. I love Joe Feeney. I love Adam Hughes. I love Michael Durban.
God damn.
If Get My Go continues and it's about John Wangland, I'm done. I'll do Martin shit all day long because I still think he's a lying scumbag. And if John doesn't want to believe that, that's fine. I still think the cancer thing is bullshit. Chris will not answer my messages. He literally says, and I have the screenshot, I've never said I had cancer. I don't know where you got that from. I showed him the actual tweet right there. I've officially kicked Hodgkin's lymphoma, which isn't a fucking thing. Hodgkin's lymphoma. It's non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. I'm cancer-free. Surgery was a success. And he says, I've never publicly stated that I had cancer, but okay, I would love to know where the hell that came from. That's where it came from, Chris.
Point to Rob.
Hacked. He was hacked.
Even got the pity response from Conrad there in the tweet.
Me too.
I love it.
Yeah, Joe Feeney was on there too.
Oh, Joe Feeney and Conrad, same level, in my view at least.
And I've even said to Feeney and Durban and Husey, I don't think there's anything left there to do on Wangland. I mean, what else can be said that hasn't already been said?
See, that's where you're wrong, Rob. I think there's another 100 episodes we could do on John. We won't, because trust me, we have a lot of other people in mind. But
yeah,
just watching the Showdown, the idea came to me that we need to do their Patreon announcement when Brother Martin went through, like, while at Walmart, walking through the aisles of Walmart, he went through their entire Patreon lineup and what they were going to do and everything, and the big grandiose plans they had for it.
Well, let's tell them what to expect here from the Wrestling with Reality Patreon account. So you can choose from 3 different tiers over here.
We are definitely going to do that. I don't know if it'll be this season, but there's so much Wangland stuff to do left. And even in the off season, I was getting DMs and emails from Get My Go viewers sending me links to old shows that they came upon of his, and you guys should do that. And yeah, they're all great ideas, and maybe we will get to them at some point. But the fountain, there's so much backlog of material to do. Well,
I think this is temporarily the end until we miss him. Once we miss him.
Look, if we moved on from him, we just had 3 episodes handed to us from the Showdown. Come on.
I was just gonna say, I recently had to just delete all of my screen recordings.
No,
my phone was full. But no, I had stuff that was not used on Get My Go. I had a bunch of stuff that we never used. I never sent to Mike. That it was just, we just never got around to it, and other stuff comes up and all that. But yeah, we could certainly go back through the back catalog. I think it's still up somewhere.
Yeah.
So
I always wanted to do a Road to Redemption. That's my.
Oh yeah, those are really good. We could do a lot of those. Those are ridiculous, man.
We could do Eli's Road to Redemption.
Ooh.
Yeah. Ooh, he had a show. Was he a guest or?
Yeah, he was a guest.
Yeah. Yowzer.
Yeah.
Martin, for all intents and purposes, is a piece of shit. But there's plenty of other people out there. Plenty other targets that Get My Go could do to freshen up the platform. I mean, Husey can't even. Poor Husey's on suicide watch because he can't fucking listen to Wangland anymore.
I could think of a target with a big red shirt on that we could hit from the Empire State Building.
Look, Get My Go is funny stuff, and I will still continue to support them from here on out. But I just won't be on the show to talk about John. I'm putting that to bed.
Or you just won't be on the show, period.
And actually, I mean, I could go into it. I could do a whole episode of what happened, but it's not that interesting. But he basically took himself off the show. He left the group chat, took himself off the show for something so stupid. But
I think I'll take credit for him leaving the group chat. I'm pretty sure it was me.
I don't even remember.
I'm pretty sure it was me that got him to skate.
No, I think it was when I made that comment about him when he went on.
Oh, you're right. Actually, yeah.
It was that day. It was right.
And you were very vague in your comment.
What was the comment? I'm sorry. What was it?
And I'm on the bigger and better things. You know, I'm still with Hameen Media Group. We're transferring over to Realm. I'm putting content out for them. I'm producing shows for them. I got some heat for announcing a project that hasn't officially been launched yet, but
what was that, Dean?
I remember this now. So when he first hooked up with Drake Wirtz, they announced it, and they put out artwork of that. The Drake Wirtz was going to be on the Realm Network, and Vince Russo was like, "No, there's no agreement to that." So, yeah, he just went ahead and announced that he was going to be on Realm Network, but he wasn't. He was never on Realm Network. He had an affiliation with Hameen, and that was about it.
I don't have any music to fucking play here. What can I play? Hold on. You want me to play my outro? I can play the outro.
Thank you for listening to this edition of RTW Main Event.
I love you guys. I will see you next time. But please check out the rest of my shows. It's entertaining stuff.
Can you put in when he says the outro for the show? Can you put in like sunshine, lollipops?
Yeah.
Feeney, bottom right.
Yeah, of course.
Well, goddamn, that took a long time to get through, but it was all worth it.
Well, it's the end of an era. We all just didn't want to let go.
Yeah.
Well, we had to do the showdown. We had to do the showdown. We had to.
Mike, are you going jacket with nothing underneath? Am I seeing tattoo on chest?
This is a very lightweight NWA hoodie.
Oh, it's a hoodie.
Yeah, it's a hoodie.
What's with the zip? Oh, it's a jacket hoodie thing. Yeah. But you got no shirt underneath is what I'm asking.
No, because it's very thin. It's a very thin material.
Yeah.
It's a dynamite look, in my opinion.
Yeah. He likes to feel his nippies through the thin fabric.
Yeah.
It's very distracting. How tattooed are you, Mike?
Damn, you are.
Yeah. Because I've only ever seen the guns, you know what I mean? I've never seen you topless before. So and that wasn't topless, of course, but
no.
That's another 1,000 views right there.
Oh yeah. Hey, not to cater to Brother Martin, but it's against my religion to have tattoos, so that's why I don't have any.
Yeah, I mean that should have come up too, where John's like, I've seen the scars, but Martin's like, I don't take off my shirt for any. Oh, you take it off for John? Don't you?
He did post a shirtless picture like a couple of months ago, right, Dean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see any scars.
Pristine scarless skin.
It's only at the water park. The water park is.
I thought it was when he was on his journey to be a wrestler.
Yeah. What happened with that?
Yeah, that died.
What happened?
That died pretty quick.
Come on.
He met Killer Cross. I was like, it's my time to shine. I love he now Edge came back. Daniel Bryan came. Yeah, they came back. They were athletes before. What are you talking about?
I love how. Like, how tall is Martin? Does anybody know?
5'8", 5'9".
Like short. Well, I love how 5'8" Pudgy Martin looks at Kevin Cross and goes, "I could do that."
Yeah. Cross did his Jesse the Body impression and said, "Get that guy off of my line."
All right. Well, thank you guys for watching. That's all I can say. I mean, this was excruciating to watch, and I had to clip it, so I've seen it a couple times. It's brutal. Let's talk about plugs. Dean. Dean, you've dropped a lot of episodes in the last week. It seems like every time I pick up my phone, I have a new Mallertown podcast downloading.
I did 5 episodes in 5 days. I'd been a bit lax in recent times, and like the last couple of months has had a space between episodes. So we actually watched the Australian Rules Football Grand Final together, which was an absolute fucking blowout garbage fest. So we all just end up talking shit for like almost 3 hours. So I cut that up into 4 episodes and released that this week. So yeah, they are all out there. But yeah, mostly I just want to plug this week. I'll plug first of all Uninspired on Twitter at mental_monu. Yeah. Ray, his artwork and he's doing animations for us and stuff. He is brilliant. Like he does brilliant work for us, and he put us together a Malatown in the form of Metallica, because I'm a big Metallica fan. And he did it he did an animation for him, the bell tolls, which was incredible. So thank you to him. And you're about to insert some of his artwork now, because I just want to plug my co-host. Well, geez, that sounds bad, because he's a morbidly obese, closeted homosexual that he just keeps holding on to that door. He won't let us open the closet for him, but we keep trying. But Robbie the Mariner fan, at Mariner Robbie on Twitter. Just go tweet him. Follow him, tweet him, let him know that he's a big fat fucking just let him know. I want to get my go fans. Yeah, I love him to death. He's the best. He makes our show so funny. But yeah, if he just got bombarded with a bunch of tweets from random people that he's never heard from before, calling him a big tub of lard. That would be funny to me and would be entertaining for Malatown. So check out Malatown, where Robbie's the star of that show. And on Twitter, you can find me at That's Aussie Guy. Just imagine that Aussie Guy. Put an S where the A should be.
Thank you. Chadster.
You get me on Twitter at ChadEMB, on Instagram at IB Exclusives. Please subscribe to Francine's YouTube channel. We are actively growing the YouTube platform. We were planning a lot of live interaction on the YouTube channel. We have channel memberships available. We have some perks if you're in the membership portion of the YouTube community.
Wait a minute. You're giving away perks?
Oh, there's perks if you sign up to the YouTube community. We're also in the audio format on the Creative Control Network. That is controlled there by the great Joe Feeney. Again, just a ton of great over there, man. A ton of great content coming from Francine. There's not that many ECW originals that are doing shows, and Francine was on top for about 8 years of that run in ECW. So there's tons of stuff that we're unearthing that either she doesn't remember or she hasn't seen in forever, but we're making our way through the ECW library. Also, check out New Generation Declassified on the TMPT Empire platform. Each week we go back and look at the New Generation era of the WWF. I have to say, out of all the shows that I've done, this one is probably the shortest in duration, but it gets the best response because I think it's consumable, but also a lot of people tapped out. So if you like the New Generation years or you missed them, this will give you a nice little guide to go back and watch. But appreciate everybody and their support of Get My Go, and Season 3 is going to be bigger and better than ever.
As usual, you can catch me every Monday on The Raven Effect with Raven and Rich Bikini. You can catch me on all the K100 shows, Rehash, K100 Talks, the main show, and the bonus mailbag all come out on a variety of days, depending on when we record. And there is one special thing I wanted to show here, Mike, if I'm going to hit share here, if you would allow me to show this. So coming soon to the ProWrestlingTees.com/CC with Joe Feeney store, there will be the new Addicted to the Blade t-shirt, much to Conan's chagrin. It's going to catch on like wildfire. It's got to. Fans are going to buy it. Hardcore wrestlers are going to buy it. It's going to be tremendous. So that will be available by the time this show is released.
Sell about as good as the Dexter, I reckon.
Can you imagine? I literally just paid for a design just to irritate Conan. Like, that's literally the... I don't know if this sells.
You can follow me on Twitter at Mike Durband, youtube.com/Mike Durband, prowrestlingtees.com/Mike Durband, and please,
you're already here.
My brain is fried. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and comment away, please. We love comments, negative or positive. We don't care. We're not going to block comments like John did on the Fake Life channel. So go ahead and write whatever you want to write. And on Twitter, at Get My Go Show. Let's see. Episode 75 is next. That's kind of a big number.
Wow.
What do we have planned for that? I think we're doing Stuttering John, right?
This is Stuttering John, I reckon.
Oh.
Yeah, so we're really going to take a left turn and do something very different. And I expect, just like we got a lot of attention, a lot of comments and stuff when we did the JD from New York episodes, I think the Stuttering John one's going to be pretty big. So, all right, take us out, Chad, as only you can do.
As only I can do. Well, we went through episodes 1 through 74, putting Wangland to bed, thank God. Not literally, although Rob might beat us to that. It's been a hell of a journey, but we'll continue on. And Stuttering John, you fucking asshole, we're coming for you next. So for Joe, the Aussie Guy, Mike Durban, this is the Chadster. We'll catch you on the flip side.
I, for one, just can't wait to hear Dean's Stuttering John impression a lot.